Once upon a time, the animals had a school. They had to create a curriculum that would satisfy everyone, so they chose 4 subjects: running, climbing, flying, and swimming. All the animals, of course, studied all the subjects. The duck was very good at swimming, better than the teacher, in fact. He received passing grades in running and flying, but was hopeless in climbing, so they made him drop swimming so that he could practice climbing. After a while, he was only average at swimming, but average is still acceptable, at least in school, and nobody worried much about it except the duck. The eagle was considered a troublemaker. In his climbing class, he beat everybody to the top of the tree, but he had his own way of getting there that was against the rules. He always had to stay after school and write "cheating is wrong" 500 times. This kept him from soaring, which he loved, but schoolwork comes first. The bear flunked because they said he was lazy, especially in the winter. His best time was summer, but school wasn't open then. The zebra played hooky a lot because the ponies made fun of his stripes, and this made him very sad. The kangaroo started out at the top of the racing class, but became discouraged when told to move swiftly on all 4 legs the way his classmates did. The fish quit school because he was bored. To him, all 4 subjects were the same, but nobody understood that because they had never seen a fish. The squirrel got an A in climbing, but his flying teacher made him start from the ground up instead of from the treetop down. His legs got so sore practicing takeoffs that he began getting C's in climbing and D's in running. The bee was the biggest problem of all, so the teacher sent him to Dr. Owl for testing. Dr. Owl said that the bee's wings were too small for flying, and they were in the wrong place. The bee never saw Dr. Owl's report, so he just went ahead and flew anyway. I think I know a bee or two. How about you? The duck is the child who does well in math and poorly in English and is given tutorials by the English teacher while his classmates are doing math. He loses his edge in math and does only passably well in English. The eagle is the child who is turned into a troublemaker because he has his own style of doing things. While he's not doing anything wrong, his non-conforming is perceived as troublemaking, for which he is punished. Who does not recognize the bear? The kid who is great in camp, thrives on extracurricular, but just goes flat in the academics. The zebra is the heavy, tall, short, or self-conscious kid whose failure in school, few realize, is due to a sense of social inadequacy. The kangaroo is the one who, instead of persevering, gives up and becomes that discouraged child whose future disappears because he was not appreciated. The fish is a child who requires full special education and cannot shine in a regular environment. The squirrel, unlike the duck who manages, becomes a failure. The bee, oh the bee, is the child who the school just feels it cannot deal with. Yet against all odds, with the backing of his parents, he manages through self-motivation to do well, even though everyone thought he couldn't. Some children are skilled intellectually, others are blessed emotionally, and many are born with creative ingenuity. Each child possesses his very own exclusive collection of gifts.